Hey everybody, I'm David with Bolivar Live. Well, it's time for Real Estate Talk with Beth, a weekly show that we do with Beth Terminella from 110 Realty Group every week here on Bolivar Live. And it's every Monday at 11 o'clock where we talk about real estate here on Bolivar Peninsula. Some days, some shows we showcase a home for sale, maybe a spec home for sale. Last week was a custom home for sale. But it's always real estate, and we talk about the market too, so that you can make plans if you're wanting to buy or sell. But this week, we're going to talk about a 1031.
Right, and we're going to clarify this up front because I'm not an expert on 1031s, but you told me you wanted some information.
Well,
on it.
I just know you've worked with some of the people
Right.
down here,
Yeah.
and what a 1031 is, and I'm by no means an expert on it. A 1031 is where you take a piece of real estate and you sell it, and you want to roll it in to another real estate property, and you don't have to pay the
It's deferred.
deferred.
Yes, it's just kicking it down the road. You're going to pay those taxes eventually.
Right.
But you're kicking it down the road.
But a lot of people, especially over the last 2 years, did it because they were selling some older property.
Right.
That
I've
they
been
bought.
dealing with 1031
1031s.
exchanges my whole career.
And so
in
we're
real
going to
estate.
talk a little bit about it. Beth put together a slide presentation, and we're going to talk a little bit about 1031s. What I wanted to let you know is she's had experience working with other builders and other homeowners on this, and so if it's something that you need some information and if she can't answer it, she knows who to contact.
Right. I have contacts that have walked my clients through the process, and I'm not going to lie, it's not easy to do it.
Yeah, because it's all done on time. You have
It's
so
very
much time.
critical. So you need to work with an expert in it. You need to talk to your tax accountant about it. But this is just going to give you an idea of what a 1031 can do for you. And
Okay.
I have personally done 1031 exchanges, and it worked out great. I know that I'll have to pay those taxes down the road sometime. But, talk to your accountant about it because there may be some ways that you can offset those taxes at the end. So let's dive in. So a 1031 exchange. So if you're looking to sell your investment property but want to defer paying taxes on the capital gains, then that is the time to consider a 1031 exchange. I said an investment property. So it's not like you're doing a personal property and doing a 1031 exchange on it, okay? Why? A 1031 exchange allows you to sell your investment property and reinvest the proceeds into a similar property without paying taxes on the capital gains. Why wouldn't you want to do that, right?
Right.
Well, you're deferring it, but this can be a great way to grow your real estate portfolio without sacrificing your hard-earned profits, right?
Or great business decisions.
Yeah, we did sell a business 2 years ago, and we couldn't defer those the capital gains tax, and
It hits.
it hurts.
Yeah.
So these are those timelines that you talked about, and it's critical to stay within these timelines. So with a 1031 exchange, you have 45 days to identify the potential replacement property, and up to 180 days to close. Right. So if you're going to build, I would be really nervous to do a build job on a 1031 exchange in 6 months.
Unless you had everything lined up and tennis shoes on everyone.
Well, I would make sure that building was already permitted.
Because you have to close on it.
You have to close
on it
yeah.
in 180 days. From the time you buy the property to the time you close on it,
right.
You've got 180 days to get it taken care of.
So, but you can buy land. So
Right.
that can be used towards a 1031 exchange. And there's other things that you can consider to do to use that 1031 exchange. And like I said, that's when you need to talk to a 1031 exchange specialist.
And there are specialists out there in 1031.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. So they are called a qualified intermediary.
Okay.
So that's the important thing you need to remember is that you do use a qualified intermediary when you're completing a 1031 exchange. It has to go through an intermediary. They hold the funds and then they
Disperse them?
They disperse it at closing, yeah, and they
Okay.
do all the necessary paperwork. And there is a fee for that. They get paid for handling all that, but they are the experts in this. And they
Okay.
can tell you, I mean, there's a reverse 1031 exchange. So there's all different kinds of
So before you
options.
really start, if it's something you're thinking about, you need to set up a consultation probably
yes.
with an intermediary and
Go ahead and say it.
Yeah. and get sort of know what you're up against and start your timeline on what you want to get done in 180 days.
Yeah, because if you're selling that investment property, like I have a client who has a rental property in Corsicana, and they're going to buy a property down here. And so I said, well, we need to go ahead and get that process started here and kind of get an idea of what you're looking at.
Right.
Because they've never even been here. So, but they know that's what they want to do. So at least they've got that idea of being able to defer those
Right.
capital gain taxes. The important stuff you need to know is that the properties involved in the 1031 exchange must be held for investment purposes for use in trade or business and cannot be a personal residence, which is what I said. Additionally, the replacement property must be like kind to the property that's being exchanged, which generally means it's of the same character class. And again, work with that
Qualified
engine manual.
intermediary.
Yeah, so
I'm
like
not even gonna try and say it.
land. If you're doing rental property, like I said, we couldn't use our business when we
Right.
sold it. So there's criteria that you need to keep up with and talk to that accountant about it.
Mm-hmm.
Types of properties, here it is: rental, commercial, land, vacant land, vacation or second home, and yeah, vacation or second home, there it is. And then it talks about mineral rights. So those are the different types of properties that if you have in hand and you want to exchange it for a 1031 exchange. And if you're considering it, again, talk to your accountant,
professional.
right, about it. And use it to the best you can, because when you do it, it costs money to do it, so you don't want to leave stuff hanging out there that you are going to get taxed on.
Right.
And you can. I mean, you can leave some in the boot, and they'll talk to you about that. It's called a boot.
So you don't have to use the whole amount
Right.
towards. So if you're selling property, say you're selling it up in investment property up north where it may be more, and then you come down here and you don't use the full amount.
Right. Talk to them about this, but I believe it is that leftover amount is called your boot, and you will get taxed on that.
On that.
Right. Which makes sense.
Right.
So, 1031 exchange. That's it.
That's
the
it.
end of the show. So, do you have any questions about the 1031 exchange?
No, because I'm not in that position right now. And so the biggest thing is it does happen down here, and I
It
knew
happens
that
a lot.
I've heard Beth talk about it quite a bit, and so that's why I wanted to bring it to the realm of things and let you know that Beth has worked with it. We sell crystalbeach.com and 110 Realty Group has worked with it, and they can help you and point you in the right direction. So if people want to get hold of you to talk to you more about it,
There's my information there. You can call me. I'm at 214-801-9801. Come see me. I'm right here in Crystal Beach, diagonal to the big store. I have my sign out there. You can go to our website, 110realtygroup.com. We sell crystalbeach.com. And if you're in Ellis County, we sell elliscounty.com.
That's right. We talked about that on the last show. We're actually working on a real estate show for Ellis County, Waxahachie, Dallas, Fort Worth area, where we're going to start bringing Bolivar. I threw it on her on the last show, and so she threw it back at me. But we're working on a real estate show for Ellis County where we're going to be able to do the same thing up there as we do here. We're working on some promo material now and some show stuff. I've been researching Ellis County and Waxahachie, and I love it. It's beautiful up there.
We have that great courthouse up there.
Oh, and the courthouse is just beautiful.
Yeah,
and so if you've got a home up there, or maybe you're going to transfer or move to south of Dallas, Corsicana, Waxahachie area, biggest thing is I want to let you know 110 Realty Group up there. Leslie's up there, Beth is down here, but they work closely together and make sure everyone's taken care of. So between here and Dallas, you've got 45 pretty well covered because you've got a house in Montgomery or Conroe somewhere.
I got a house listed. Yeah,
listed.
Got
You've
it
got
under
one
contract.
over in Kemah, I think.
Yes.
You say, and so.
Hey, but you know what? What a great way to use your 1031 exchange.
Yeah.
If you have investment property up there, we can help you down here.
Help you down here. So anyway, remember Bolivar Live Real Estate Talk with Beth is every Monday at 11 o'clock. You can find us on YouTube at youtube.com/@Bolivar Live, and now on our Bolivar Live TV on Roku and Amazon Fire. We've did a show this morning from the new broadcaster where we're doing it remotely, pulling in different things. So we're excited about 2023 and what we can do to keep you connected to real estate, fun in the sun, and our 27 miles of paradise. We're going to head on out. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back next week with another show, Real Estate Talk with Beth. Until next time, I'm David with Bolivar Live. Y'all have a great day, great week. Come see us. God bless, and bye-bye. 110 Realty Group on Bolivar Peninsula, located in Crystal Beach, Texas, believes finding the perfect home or property is a necessity for every client. That it's crucial to provide relevant, up-to-date information on the market, properties, and homes for sale to each and every seller or buyer. Keeping up with the market in today's world is how 110 Realty Group exceeds expectations for their clients. 110 Realty Group in Crystal Beach, Texas are your real estate sales professionals, both in beach home sales and property sales. Finding the perfect custom home on Bolivar Peninsula is a specialty of Beth Terminella and Leslie Armstrong. Keeping up with the daily changes and available homes, properties, and the changing market makes 110 Realty Group the choice for several custom builders for spec homes and investors looking for short-term rentals, along with home buyers looking for that perfect beach house for their family. 110 Realty Group for all your real estate needs on Bolivar Peninsula, in Galveston County, and across Texas.